Hi, thanks for joining me for another video, and yeah, going to look at another cheap one. This is a Lindo. Now, I can't find out an awful lot about this company. Started in 2023, British company based in Bristol. Now, I think they originally were putting together imported bits and pieces, making cheap guitars like this one. Now they're a completely different sort of company where they're making more mid-range stuff with really flashy paint jobs and things. They look pretty good, so check them out. I'm not going to sort of put links and stuff like that. This is about this one today. Now, this one is really lightweight, obviously based on a Strat. Not everybody's cup of tea of the colour, but it's perfectly okay. Very lightweight. I think it's balsa wood. Now, quite a nice one-piece maple neck, which is pretty cool. There's no scarf joint or anything. Tuners, yeah, okay, we'll move on from those. Fairly typical of what you can find on some of the really cheap end. They're adequate, we'll leave it at that. The neck's quite nice, it's not too sharp here along the frets there. I think the fretboard is probably Laurel or something similar. Now, this did have high action on it. This is second hand from a friend's shop, and I noticed there's quite a lot of relief in the neck, so I thought I'd just sort of tweak that out a little bit. Did improve it a bit, but when looking at the bridge, that's a typical sort of 6-point mount bridge, very nice. I noticed the action was actually set high on the bridge, and there's a reason for that. If you go above the 12th fret, yeah, two high frets. I think the sort of 14th and 15th fret are just really high in the middle, making it completely unplayable beyond there. Now that's a real shame because I think overall it's not a bad guitar, but we'll still go ahead and we'll review it as best we can. Yeah, I can't tell you much about it really, other than it's a typical Strat setup, 5-way selector switch, 2-tone controls. The bottom tone doesn't do anything. I found that a lot on cheap guitars. It just doesn't, on Strat copies, doesn't do a bloody thing. What can you do about it? Nothing really. And single volume. I'm not always a massive fan, to be honest, of 3 pickups. You tend to use the neck or the bridge. You don't often switch in. Well, some people might. Gives you that option, but I find it tends to always be in the way of where you're kind of digging in. But that aside, enough waffle. Let's show you what this sounds like. Well, there we have my first experience with a Lindo. Yeah, it's a shame. This guitar is greatly let down by those two bad frets, right up around the 14th, 15th fret area. A simple, quick fix really. It needs a string change. The strings were constantly going out of tune, partly because of the cheap tuners, but mostly I think these are very old strings. And you can kind of hear it as well. It needs a really good setup and those frets sorted. There's nothing wrong with the pickups. With those frets sorted, there's nothing wrong with the neck. And I think, almost no money you can pick these up for. With a bit of work, you can make it quite an enjoyable, playable guitar. But as you could probably hear, it was a real struggle to play, excuse me, in its current setup. Anyway, more coming up, so please stay tuned for those, and catch up again soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye now.